What's up, guys? It's still coronavirus. I still have the coronavirus haircut and the coronavirus facial hair, my coronavirus pajamas, and I'm bored at home. So what do you do when you're bored at home? You don't practice guitar. That's right, you buy gear. So before we get to unboxing this thing, let me show you my current setup and my thought process for why I thought I needed a new amp. All right, you get to see all the inside baseball here behind my desk. So from my desk into my PC, I have a band fuse, which is a PlayStation game that came out a long time ago. A band fuse cable, it's a USB to guitar cable, and that's what I have going into this ABY pedal from Sonic Cake. All right, this allows me to split the signal from my guitar into the cable going to my computer so Yousician can hear me, and also into this Fender G-Dec Junior amp so I can actually hear what I'm playing. Now the problem with this setup is that there's a ton of noise feedback out of the USB cable into the amp, and then out of the amp back into the USB cable. So when I try to record and have the amp on, this is what you hear. And this is volume 2. You know, gain's turned up okay, but even 12 o'clock gain sounds like this. And that noise gets recorded. So not really a workable solution. So when I practice, I tolerate and listen to that. But when I record, I try to turn it off and just play my guitar and try to listen to my electric guitar in acoustic mode here. To solve that noise problem, I thought I'd go with something a little bit smaller. So I bought this Newx little desktop modeling amp, and that works. You know, if I use this, it actually doesn't pick up the noise. It's actually cool. I could still use my ABY pedal, split the signal from the guitar to this amp and to Yousician in my PC, and it works perfect. It's got pretty cool features here. It's got a few different amps or channels, I guess you should say. All right, so if you turn this thing on, you can actually go through 3 different channels. Control your gain, volume, tone. Even's got delay and reverb knob here, which is pretty cool. It's also got drum tracks. I think there's 9 or 11 of those, including just the clicker, which is pretty cool. It's got the tap tempo button, and you control the delay with that as well. I mean, nothing really bad to say about this amp. What's cool about it too is I have it plugged DC right now, but it's got a USB on the back of it too. So you can actually power it off a USB connection from like your computer or from the wall, or even a portable power pack. So it's pretty cool. It's also got batteries in there, I think 6 AA's. So nice little portable amp. There's a ton of reviews on this guy. No real complaints about it. It doesn't sound perfect, but it's very cool, and it definitely solved the situation of all the noise coming from my guitar. Not to say that G-Dec is a bad amp. I mean, look at the features on this guy, and it came out a long time ago. It's got a bunch of different amps. It's got like 3 different versions of each. It's got more effects. It's even got a built-in loop thing, so you can have a metronome or these different backing tracks. It's kind of cool, actually. So it's really cool. It can actually play all those backing tracks in a different key. So I don't think I'm getting rid of this one, but can't use it with my computer. That leads me to the Yamaha. All right, so what drew me to this amp here? Well, first, it's got amazing reviews all over the internet. Second, it's got a built-in guitar interface. So what that means is I could actually connect this amp to my computer using USB cable and then record to a DAW, right, a digital audio workstation. So I could get much better and more intricate guitar tracks from this amp than I can going strictly through a USB cable that I have currently. The DAW doesn't actually recognize that band fuse cable that I have as an interface, and I can't record. I can only do some sound capture using other utilities, which is capture a clean naked sound, and that's it. So this amp will hopefully allow me to record to a DAW. I could then apply different amps, reamp the guitar if I want, or I could actually use the built-in amps in the Yamaha itself and record that signal. So clean or dirty, it's pretty cool. Or wet, I guess is the term. So that's really cool. The other cool thing is this thing can be totally wireless. It's got a built-in battery that you could charge up and then just take the amp anywhere. It's also got a built-in wireless receiver, and that's compatible with a Line 6 G10 transmitter. So you separately buy this little bug. It's a transmitter. You plug it into your guitar, and this already has the receiver side, and then you just play, get rid of all the guitar cables, and that's really cool to me. There are a little bit less expensive versions of this, like the THR10, but the dollar difference was relatively small to me, so I decided to go with just the top dog here. And you know, you buy once, you cry once. So let's unbox it, let's take a look and see what's inside here. Power supply. The power supply is a brick type, so that's a bit unfortunate that they couldn't build it right into the inside of the amp, but at least the cable's long enough, so this should just stay under the desk. Styrofoam. The amp itself, requisite paperwork here. We'll get to this later. Alright, here's the amp on my desk. Let's take a look at all the buttons here. Got tuner, tap time, user memory, 5 of those, Bluetooth. This is also the key difference between the THR10 and the THR30 is this button right here. The THR30 is the only one that can switch between these amps, classic, boutique, and modern. The THR10, you would have to do it in the application, so in your iPhone or something like that is where you could change the amps, and this one just has a hard button on the amp itself. Then it's got all these amps here: clean, crunch, lead, high gain, and special. The knobs are gain, master, bass, middle, treble. The effects here: chorus, flanger, phaser, tremolo, and then it's got echo and reverb as well. And it's got some output volume for how loud the guitar or the audio in is. And you could see that it's wireless ready here. So all you do with that guitar, Line 6 G10 transmitter is you plug it into the input and it charges right in the amp. That's super cool. Then you take it out, plug it in your guitar, and the amp receives the signal. On the back, have line out, USB in the charging port here, the power port. This thing is made in China for those who are curious. All right, I plugged my guitar in, turned some of these knobs to 12 o'clock. Let's power it on and see if that feeds that noise in from my computer. Unfortunately, it does. This is right now set on the classic amp, clean channel, crunch. So it does feed that noise in. That's unfortunate. But my plan is not really to have this go through the ABY pedal any longer. It's through USB from the amp to the computer directly. So we'll try that. Before we do though, what's interesting is as you switch these amps, the LEDs change. How cool is that? Classic's red, boutique's blue, and modern's green. All right, let me hook this up to my computer with a USB cable and see how that sounds. Alright, I've disconnected the band fuse cable from my ABY pedal, so it's now just guitar to the pedal, which is not necessary, and then to the amp, and you could hear now it's dead silent. It's connected via USB to my computer, so my computer still recognizes it as a microphone, and I could still play Yousician through the amp. So I could hear the amp, and Yousician hears it too with no noise. Alright, I've connected this amp to my computer via USB and downloaded THR remote, and it's pretty cool. As you turn knobs here on the amp, it actually turns them on the screen. So you can see you can adjust cabinets, effects, all kinds of stuff at a more granular level than you can at the top of the amp. And you could also adjust what the user memory is. Alright, I'll just let you hear it through the camera mic, not through the recorded track, on what this amp sounds like on the clean channel and all the knobs at the 12 o'clock. So I heard you're supposed to always play the G chord. Maybe that's just a rule for acoustic guitars, I don't know. It's not a great chord for me. I tend to mute the second string or the fifth string. But here it is. Sounds pretty good. There's plenty of reviews of this amp out there with guitarists that could do this amp justice, so I'll let you listen to those. For me, I'm just more curious about the features of the amp, and I'll get to making it sound good at some point in the future. At the moment, it's not happening. Catch it in the future Yousician update videos. I'm hoping to be able to play through this amp, record through this amp, and that the quality of my recording track is gonna increase due to this thing right here, and hopefully a little bit due to the fact that I've been practicing a little bit. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Want to do something different for the coronavirus here, and hope you enjoyed it. Alright, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I try to answer all the comments on my videos, at least the positive ones. See you next time.